Operations are slowly returning to normal at New York's LaGuardia Airport after a plane crashed into a fire truck on the runway, killing 2 pilots and injuring dozens of others. The plane was coming in at 100 miles an hour on the runway when it collided with the vehicle.
Now tonight we're learning that crash came in a scenario similar to an incident at San Diego a few years ago. News 8's Steve Price joins us live with details. Steve?
So Carlo and Anna, I had a chance to speak with a pilot today. Not only does he have decades of experience flying, he is also an experienced flight instructor. And he told me about an incident that happened here at San Diego International Airport back in 2023. And he says that should have been a wake-up call to the FAA to send them a message that maybe could have prevented what happened in New York last night.
A horrific fatal crash at LaGuardia Airport Sunday that a pilot with over 40 years of experience says never should have happened.
This was, in my opinion, all controller error, rests squarely with the controller and no one else.
Robert Katz says the air traffic controller cleared the Air Canada plane to land on runway 4, then communicated with 5 other planes before having this conversation.
Truck 1 and company LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 company cross 4 Delta.
Katz says, in his opinion, the controller had lost track of the Air Canada plane's position when he cleared the fire truck to cross the runway. 10 seconds later, this happened.
Stop truck 1. Stop. Stop truck 1.
Katz says what happened Sunday immediately reminded him of an incident at San Diego International Airport in 2023.
426 number tower 12809 on runway 27 cleared to land.
A business jet cleared to land almost collided with a Southwest plane that was getting ready to take off. But instead of being distracted by a fire truck, the air traffic controller was focused on a third plane having a mechanical issue away from the runway.
Completely zoned out the arriving business jet, which almost struck Southwest on the end of the runway. So it's nearly an identical circumstance what happened in LaGuardia last night.
Katz fears this happens a lot more than we even hear about. In his opinion, the FAA is improperly prioritizing planes in the air, allowing for ground distractions, and he believes San Diego's airport is the worst of the worst because of its design.
We see one runway used for landing and taking off and lots of intersections where airplanes cross or vehicles can cross.
And to be clear, an investigation into what happened in New York is just now getting started, so we don't know yet for sure that it was an air traffic controller error. Of course, we will continue to follow that. Okay, so you heard Robert say that San Diego International Airport, he believes, is the worst of the worst when it comes to these issues. So what is his solution? Carlo and Anna, he believes this airport needs to be moved way out into the East County, someplace with a lot more space where they could put in more runways and design it better so you don't have all those intersections with baggage carts, with fire trucks, with other vehicles going through so that everybody has more room to work. Plus, he says those planes would be flying over less homes as well. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Steve, that idea was discussed a lot before they invested so much into the current airport.